Turkey, the crossroads of global smuggling. Turkey's power in the criminal underworld comes from geography. Sitting between Europe and the Middle East, Turkey is a natural transit hub for narcotics, arms, and smuggled goods. Turkish mafia groups established themselves both domestically and in diaspora communities throughout Germany, Switzerland, and Austria. Their specialty? Heroin trafficking. Turkey is the primary gateway for Afghan heroin flowing into Europe. The profits are staggering. An estimated 20 million does every single day from heroin alone. But heroin isn't their only empire. Turkish networks are key players in arms trafficking, moving weapons into conflict zones like Syria and Iraq. This business adds another 5 billion annually to their criminal economy. Over time, these groups have forged alliances with Kurdish clans, Balkan smugglers, and even Italian mafia families. Their influence extends from Istanbul's docks to Berlin's streets, earning Turkey a solid place in the global top 10. Bulgaria, the Balkan underworld hub. Bulgaria may be small, but its mafia is anything but. Emerging from the chaos of the 1990s after the fall of communism, Bulgarian crime syndicates quickly took control of the nation's ports, fuel companies, and nightclubs. Their criminal menu is extensive: arms smuggling, human trafficking, prostitution, drug distribution, counterfeiting, money laundering, contract killings, arson, and intimidation operations. Bulgaria is also a key corridor between Turkey and the European Union, making it a preferred route for smuggling migrants, weapons, and narcotics. The Bulgarian mafia works closely with Russian, Ukrainian, and Serbian groups, forming a Balkan network worth roughly 7 billion per year. Their reach is so deep that many Bulgarians openly refer to the 1990s and early 2000s as the years of the Mutri, a time when mafia figures acted as unofficial rulers. Japan. The Yakuza syndicates. No country blends organized crime and tradition quite like Japan. The Yakuza, with their strict codes, elaborate tattoos, and historic roots, once operated openly with offices, business cards, and political ties. At their peak, they boasted 85,000 members across major factions like Yamaguchi-gumi, Sumiyoshi-kai, Inagawa-kai. Their activities include gambling operations, blackmail and extortion, drug trafficking, loan sharking, real estate manipulation, corporate infiltration. Even with stricter laws and shrinking membership, now around $30,000, the Yakuza remain enormously wealthy, pulling in over $8 billion annually. Unlike many mafia groups, the Yakuza maintain a semi-structured presence, sometimes even helping after natural disasters. But make no mistake, they are one of the most profitable and organized criminal forces in modern history. Brazil, chaos, cartels, and carnage. Brazil's mafia scene is unlike any other. Instead of a handful of major families, Brazil is home to thousands of criminal groups, ranging from massive cartels to tiny neighborhood gangs. The major factions, like the PCC, Primeiro Comando da Capital, and Comando Vermelho, dominate entire regions. They control prison systems, assault police stations, and run drug trafficking pipelines from the Amazon to São Paulo. But the most unpredictable element? The smaller gangs, often just 5 to 6 members, who are desperate to rise in rank. These microgroups are notoriously violent, battling each other for street control. Brazil's criminal economy includes domestic drug distribution, kidnapping, bank truck robberies, illegal mining, arms trafficking, with over 5.5 million active criminals, and nearly 1 million incarcerated. Brazil's mafia ecosystem generates more than $10 billion annually. For sheer numbers, Brazil's underworld is one of the largest on Earth. Russia. The Red Mafia Network. Russian organized crime is a global empire in its own right. With roots in the Soviet prison system, the Vori Zakon, thieves in law, established strict hierarchies, codes, and rituals that still define the Russian mafia today. Russia's syndicates now operate in more than 50 countries, with around 250,000 members worldwide. Their key activities include human trafficking and forced labor, high-level cybercrime, arms and drug smuggling, kidnapping and extortion, large-scale fraud, assassinations and contract killings. Russian groups are known for their discipline, brutality, and connections to corrupt officials, making them a powerful global force. Their global revenue exceeds $11 billion annually, and that number likely underestimates their cybercrime profits. In terms of transnational reach, Russia has one of the most feared criminal networks in modern history. Italy. The original mafia blueprint. Italy is the birthplace of the mafia concept, and its syndicates remain among the most structured and influential. There are four major families: Cosa Nostra, Sicily, Camorra, Naples, 'Ndrangheta, Calabria, currently the richest Sacra Corona Unita, Apulia. The 'Ndrangheta now controls 70–80% of Europe's cocaine trade. Historically, the Italian mafia influenced everything from local elections to international drug routes. And while their power in the US has faded, southern Italy remains heavily shaped by mafia interests. Their operations include drug trafficking, racketeering loan, sharking, smuggling, illegal gambling, money laundering, kidnapping. Italy's mafia groups collectively pull in around 13 billion per year. They created the structure, the family, the code, the omerta that every other mafia in the world later copied. Albania. Europe's new mafia superpower, few criminal organizations have grown as explosively as the Albanian mafia. After communism collapsed in 1990, Albanians spread across Europe, and so did their criminal networks. Today, Albanian groups dominate. Cannabis trafficking in Europe, cocaine logistics through South America, human trafficking routes, illegal weapon pipelines. They now control major smuggling points in London, Hamburg, and Rotterdam, making them one of Europe's most influential underworld forces. Their annual earnings exceed 16 billion, and their rapid expansion has outpaced even older, more established mafias. The Albanian mafia is feared for its ruthlessness, family loyalty, and ability to integrate into local criminal markets almost instantly. United States. The largest criminal marketplace. American mafia families might not rule cities like they once did, but the US remains the world's largest criminal marketplace, allowing its gangs to generate enormous profits. The major Italian-American families, Gambino, Genovese, Lucchese, Colombo, and Bonanno, still operate in the Northeast. Meanwhile, the Chicago outfit remains active in the Midwest. Their interests span construction rackets, gambling rings, loan sharking, illegal sports betting, money laundering, drug distribution. But the US Mafia doesn't rank number 3 because of organization. It ranks 33 because America's market is worth more than $20 billion a year to them. Even in decline, few countries offer as many opportunities for mafia infiltration as the United States. Colombia. The Cocaine Kingdom. Colombia's criminal landscape is shaped by decades of cartels, guerrilla groups, and paramilitary factions. From the days of Escobar to today's smaller but more efficient networks, Colombia remains the heart of the global cocaine trade. Colombian groups produce 50% of the world's cocaine, 80% of the US supply. Their activities include drug trafficking, arms, smuggling, extortion, illegal mining, professional assassination services. Colombia's criminal economy is valued at roughly $35 billion per year. Even after the fall of major cartels, the country remains the world's main narcotics producer, ensuring its mafia ranks near the very top. Mexico. The most powerful mafia nation on earth, Mexican cartels now dominate the global underworld. Groups like the Sinaloa Cartel, CJNG, Jalisco New Generation Cartel, and Los Zetas control vast territories, build their own armored vehicles, recruit ex-military members, and fight open battles against government forces. Their alliances include MS-13, the Aryan Brotherhood, the Mexican Mafia, La M. Even remnants of US mafia families, Mexican cartels manage the entire supply chain, from Colombian producers to American consumers, making them the most vertically integrated crime networks in the world. Their estimated revenue exceeds $50 billion annually, with influence stretching from Colombia to Canada. No other mafia has the same combination of firepower, manpower, economic reach, territorial control, and cross-border infrastructure.